Hello friends, myself Mr. Yadav VD. In today's lecture, we are going to start our next chapter, that is divisibility of integers. In this, firstly we see some basic laws. First, that is law of trichotomy, and it states that for any n belongs to n, either m is equal to n, or m is strictly less than n, or m is strictly greater than n. That means if we take any two numbers m and n from set of natural number capital N, then there are three possibilities. That is, either these two numbers are equal, or first number is strictly less than second number, or first number is strictly greater than second number n. Next, that is well ordering principle, and it states that every non-empty subset S of capital N, that is set of natural number n, has a least element. That is, if S is any non-empty subset of set of natural number n, then there is an element small l belongs to capital S such that L is less equal small x for all x belongs to set S. That means any subset S of set of natural number n, there is a element L among all the elements of set S which is less than or equal to all other elements of that set S. That is, set S always has a least element denoted by small l. Next concept, that is divisibility. Let us see the definition of divisibility. Let a and b be any two integers with a is not equal to 0. Then we say that a divides b if there exists integer c such that b is equal to ac. म्हणजे आपण जर कुठलेही दोन इंटिजर a आणि b घेतले विथ a इज नॉट इक्वल टू 0, तर इंटिजर a इंटिजर b ला कधी डिवाइड करेल, तर आपल्याला आणखीन एक इंटिजर c असा मिळाला पाहिजे की b इज इक्वल टू ac असं b ला एक्सप्रेस करता आलं पाहिजे. दॅट मीन्स b इज इन मल्टिपल ऑफ इंटिजर a. देन वी कॅन से दॅट इंटिजर a डिवाइड्स इंटिजर b, and we write this as a divides b. या ठिकाणी a divides b मध्ये आपण इंटिजर a न इंटिजर b ला डिवाइड करतोय. सो या ठिकाणी a न्यूमरेटरला असणार नाहीये, तर तो डिनॉमिनेटरला असणार आहे आणि b हा न्यूमरेटरला असणार आहे. सो इट इज b अपॉन a, not a upon b. Now if we take a is equal to 0, then in a divides b, a is equal to 0 is in denominator, and hence denominator becomes 0. And we know that if denominator becomes 0, this form becomes undefined form, and so we take here a is not equal to 0. Now if integer a does not divide integer b, then in this case we write this as a does not divide b. Example, let a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 6. Then 6 can be expressed as 6 is equal to 3 into 2, where 2 is taken as integer c. Therefore 6 is in multiple of integer 3, and by definition of divisibility we have 3 divides 6. Now note that if a divides b, then we say that a is a divisor of integer b. Next, that is for any integer a not equal to 0, we have 0 is equal to a into 0 for 0 belongs to z. Here 0 is in multiple of integer a. So by definition of divisibility we can say a divides 0, and here a is any non-zero integer, so we can say any non-zero integer is divisor of 0. Next, for any a belongs to z and a is not equal to 0, we have a is equal to 1 into a. That is, a is multiple of integer 1, and here a can be taken as integer c in definition of divisibility. So by definition of divisibility, 1 divides a. Next, a can be expressed as a is equal to minus 1 into minus a. So here a is multiple of minus 1. So by definition of divisibility, minus 1 is also divisor of a. Next, a can be expressed as a is equal to a into 1. Here a is in multiple of a itself. So the again by definition of divisibility, a is also divisor of a. And last, a can be expressed as a is equal to minus a into minus 1. And here a is multiple of minus a. So the again by definition of divisibility, minus a is also divisor of a. So 1, minus 1, a and minus a are always divisors of any non-zero integer a. And last note, that is, if a divides b, then we say that a is proper divisor of integer b if and only if a is not equal to plus minus 1 and plus minus b. We already know that if a divides b, then a is said to be divisor of integer b. Now in previous note, we saw 1, minus 1, a minus a are always divisors of any non-zero integer a. So applying same for non-zero integer b, plus 1, minus 1, plus b and minus b are always divisors of integer b. So the value of divisor a is other than these divisors, that is a is not equal to plus minus 1 and plus minus b, then a is said to be proper divisor of integer b. Next, that is results. First result, let AB belongs to Z. If A divides B where B is not equal to 0, then absolute value of A is less equal absolute value of B. Here in A divides B, we already know that A is divisor of B. So we should think that divisor A is always less than B. म्हणजे या ठिकाणी ए हा बी चा डिव्हायडर असतो, त्यामुळे आपल्याला असं वाटतं की प्रत्येक वेळी ए हा बी पेक्षा लहानच असेल, परंतु प्रत्येक वेळी तसं असेलच असं नाही. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, इफ वी टेक 2 divides 6, so here 2 is always less than 6, but 2 is also divides minus 6, but in this case 2 is not less than minus 6 because 6 is negative here, so minus 6 is less than 2. So in this case b is less than a for this case. But if we take mod values of these two numbers, means absolute values, then mod value of 2 is 2, mod value of 6 is 6, and here we can say that mod value of 2 is less than mod value of 6, that is absolute values. Thus we can say that in division a divides b, it is always true that absolute value of a is less equal absolute value of b. यावर आणखीन एक कंडिशन अशी पडते की बी नॉन झिरो असला पाहिजे, कारण जर बी हा झिरो झाला तर पुन्हा मॉड व्हॅल्यू ऑफ ए ग्रेटर होईल, कारण कुठलाही नंबर हा झिरो पेक्षा ग्रेटरच असतो आणि हे फॉल्स होईल, त्यासाठी बी हा नॉन झिरोच असला पाहिजे या ठिकाणी. Now we see next result, that is, let a is not equal to 0, b is not equal to 0 belongs to Z. If a divides b and b divides a, then a is equal to plus minus b. That means if we take two non-zero integers a and b, and if a divides b and b divides also a, that is both the integers divides each other, then a is equal to b, or sometimes a is equal to minus b, that is a is equal to plus minus b. For example, if we take a is equal to 2 and b is also equal to 2, then we know that a is 2 is always divides 2. या ठिकाणी a divides b सुद्धा होईल आणि b divides a सुद्धा होईल, कारण ए ची पण व्हॅल्यू 2 आहे आणि बी ची पण व्हॅल्यू 2च आहे. त्यामुळे जर आपण असं म्हणू शकतो की ए डिवाइड बी ला करत असेल, बी डिवाइड ए ला करत असेल, तर त्या केसमध्ये ए आणि बी सारखे राहतात. परंतु प्रत्येक वेळी असं असेलच असं नाही, कारण जर आपण बी ची व्हॅल्यू -2 घेतली तर या केसमध्ये a divides b means 2 divides -2 and b divides a म्हणजे काय होईल -2 divides 2 आणि हे ट्रू आहे हे दोन्ही, कारण 2 -2 ला डिवाइड करू शकतो आणि -2 सुद्धा 2 ला डिवाइड करू शकतो आणि या केस मध्ये काय होतं a इज इक्वल टू -b होतं. म्हणून आपण इन जनरल असं म्हटलो की इफ a divides b and b divides a then we say that a is equal to plus minus b, that is a is equal to b sometimes and a is equal to minus b also sometimes. Next, that is theorem which states that let a, b, c and d be the any integers, then first if a divides b then a divides bx for any x belongs to z. That means if any integer a divides any integer b, then a also divides integer multiple of b, that is bx, for any x belongs to z. Next, if a divides b and a divides c, then a divides b plus c. That means if a divides two integers, that is b and c, then a also divides addition of that two integers, that is b plus c. In fact, a also divides any linear combination of that integers b and c. That means linear combination means bx plus cy for all xy belongs to z, that is a divides bx plus cy for all xy belongs to z. Next, if a divides b and b divides c, then a divides c. Here, if a divides some integer b and that integer b also divides some another integer c, then a directly divides integer c. Next, if m is not equal to 0 with the any integer and a divides b, then am divides bm. That is, if a divides b, then we can multiply any non-zero integer m for both a and b. That is, am divides bm. That is, if a divides b, then we can multiply any non-zero integer m to a and b. That is, we get am divides bm. Next, if a divides b and c divides d, then ac divides bd. That means if a divides b and we have another two integers such that c divides d, then we can multiply a, c and b, d. That is to get ac divides bd. And last, that is if ab divides bc, then a divides c. That is, in divisibility, both the integer are multiple of same integer. That is, here both the integers are multiple of b. So we can cancel this same multiple integer b. That is, if ab divides bc, then we can cancel b to get a divides c. Next concept, that is division algorithm, which states that if a and b are two integers with a is not equal to 0, then there exist unique integers q and r such that b is equal to aq plus r, where 0 is less equal r strictly less than absolute value of a. That means for any integers a and b with a is not equal to 0, we can express b as aq plus r for some integers q and r with conditions 0 is less equal r strictly less than absolute value of a. या ठिकाणी हा a जो आहे हा नॉन झिरोच घेतलेला असतो, कारण जर समजा आपण a 0 घेतला आणि या कंडिशन वरून r ची व्हॅल्यू आपण 0 ही घेऊ शकतो. मग आपण a ची व्हॅल्यू 0 घेतली आणि r ची व्हॅल्यू 0 घेतली, तर हे इक्वेशन याप्रमाणे कन्वर्ट होईल. b इज इक्वल टू AQ आणि a ची व्हॅल्यू या ठिकाणी आपण 0 घेतलेली आहे. आणि बाय डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिव्हिजिबिलिटी आपण या ठिकाणी काय म्हणू शकतो, a डिवाइड्स b. म्हणजे काय होईल, हे a मीन्स 0, सो 0 डिवाइड्स b. Thus denominator becomes 0 here and which is undefined. So we take a is non-zero here. Next concept, that is common divisor. Let us see the definition. Let a and b be two integers with both of them are not equal to 0. That is, both integers a and b should be non-zero. Then an integer d is said to be common divisor of a and b if d divides a and d divides b. That means if integer d is such that it divides both the integers a and b, then that integer d is called as common divisor of integers a and b. For example, 3 divides 36 and 3 divides 51. Hence 3 is common divisor of 36 and 51. Here 36 can be expressed as 36 is equal to 12 into 3. So the 36 is multiple of 3. Then by definition of divisibility, 3 divides 36. And 51 can be expressed as 51 is equal to 17 into 3. So the 51 is also multiple of 3. Then again by definition of divisibility, 3 also divides 51. Hence 3 is common divisor of both the 36 and 51. Next concept, that is greatest common divisor, that is GCD. Let us see the definition. Let a and b be two integers not both 0. That is, at least one of them should be non-zero. Then GCD of a and b is defined as the positive integer d satisfying the following. First, d is common divisor of both a and b. That is, d divides a and d divides b also. And second, if there is c belongs to z such that c divides a and c divides b, then c divides d. That means there is another common divisor of both a and b, that is c, then that c divides d. And we know that if c divides d, then mod of c is less equal mod of d. Hence d is greater than any other common divisor of a and b, that is c. That is, d is greatest common divisor among all divisors of integers a and b, and it is denoted by d is equal to GCD of ab or d is equal to GCD of ab. Note that GCD is also called as highest common factor also, that is HCF. Now let us see the example of GCD. Find GCD of 36 and 48. Firstly, we find the positive divisors of 36, that is positive divisors of 36 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12, 18 and 36, and that of positive divisors of 48 are 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, 12, 16, 48. Now common divisors of both 36 and 48 are 1, 2, 4, 6 and 12, and among these common divisors 12 is largest or greatest common divisor, so the GCD of 36 and 48 is equal to 12. Next, that is theorem which states that any two integers a and b not both 0 have unique GCD, that is d, and it can be expressed in the form d is equal to am plus bn for some mn belongs to z. That means two integers a and b not both 0 must have GCD, and that GCD is unique. That is, two integers cannot have more than one GCD. That is, they have only one GCD, and that GCD D of A and B can be expressed in the linear combination of A and B. That is, there are some integers m and n such that D is equal to am plus bn. Next, that is least common multiple, or simply say LCM. Let us see the definition. The LCM of two non-zero integers a and b is denoted by LCM of AB and defined as positive integer m satisfying first condition a divides m and b divides m. Then by definition of divisibility, m is multiple of a and also m is multiple of b. So the m is common multiple of a and b. And next condition, that is, if there is some non-zero c belongs to z such that a divides c and b divides c, then m divides c. And we know that in m divides c, m is less than c. So the m is least among all other common multiples of a and b. That is, here c is taken as any other common multiple of both a and b, and m is less than that c. So the m is least common multiple of both a and b. Let us see the example of LCM. Find LCM of 6 and 10. Now 6 can be expressed as 6 is equal to 3 into 2 into 1. That is the factorization of 6. And 10 is equal to 5 into 2 into 1. That is the factorization of 10. Then LCM of 6 and 10 is given by. Firstly, we take the common factors between 6 and 10. That is 2 into 1, 2 into 1 we write here. And then all other remaining factors of both 6 and 10. That is 3 and here 5. And we write here 5 into 3. Therefore, 2 into 1 into 5 into 3 is equal to 30. And so the LCM of 6 and 10 is equal to 30. We can verify that 30 is multiple of 6 and 10. Now 30 can be expressed as 6 into 5, that is 30 is multiple of 6. Also 30 can be expressed as 10 into 3. So the 30 is multiple of 10. So 30 is common multiple of 6 and 10. In fact, here 30 is least common multiple of 6 and 10. Next, that is relatively prime numbers. Let us see the definition. Two integers a and b, not both 0, are said to be relatively prime numbers if GCD of a b is equal to 1. That means if GCD of two integers a and b is equal to 1, then that two integers are called relatively prime numbers. For example, 5 and 3 are relatively prime numbers because GCD of 5 and 3 is equal to 1. Here we can easily verify GCD of 5, 3 is equal to 1. Next, that is theorem which states that let a and b any integers not both 0. Then a and b are said to be relatively prime if and only if there exist integers m and n such that 1 is equal to am plus bn. That means if two integers a and b are relatively prime, then by definition their GCD is 1, and we have integers m and n such that GCD 1 can be expressed as 1 is equal to am plus bn. And conversely, if we have integers m and n such that 1 can be written as 1 is equal to am plus bn, then a and b are relatively prime numbers. Next, that is prime numbers. Let us see the definition. An integer p greater than 1 is called a prime number, or simply prime if and only if its positive divisors are 1 and p only. That means if integer p greater than 1 has 1 and itself p are the only positive divisors, then that integer p is called as prime numbers or simply prime. For example, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 17, 19, 23, 29 and so on are prime numbers. Here 2 has 1 and itself 2 are the only positive divisors. 3 has 1 and itself 3 are the only positive divisors. Here 5 has 1 and 5 are the only positive divisors and so on. Next definition, that is composite number. Definition: an integer which is greater than 1 and not prime is called composite integer. That is, integers which are not prime. That means they have other divisors than 1 and itself. Then that integers are called composite numbers. For example, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16 and so on. That are the composite numbers. Here 4 has divisors 1, 2 and 4. So the 2 is divisor other than 1 and 4 itself. And we can verify for all other numbers also. Next, that is lemma, Euclid's lemma, and which states that if p is any prime number and ab are integers such that p divides ab, then p divides a or p divides b. That means if prime p divides product of two integers a and b, then prime p must divides one of them, that is p divides a or p divides b.